Hi there, and welcome to my weekly vlog. Wow, what a ride! Oh boy, I've just been on a webinar for 2 hours. We scheduled it for an hour and a half, but it ran 2 hours close. I had to close it so I could come and be here and chat a little bit. What a fabulous webinar! We were talking about your body and communicating with your body, was your body is talking to you. And I think I'm going to stay on the same vein because, boy, what a journey. Um, what a journey. Our body, our, my body's been a battle zone. I've talked about it. Um, it's not anymore. I have kindness. I have a respect and a gentleness and a deep understanding of the difficulties of living in a body. It's so interesting because there's something. Oh, let me see who's here. Hi, Marilee. Hi, and Sue. Uh, oh, Sue in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it was a great webinar. It was with me and Dr. Carmody and Siobhan Huggins. And it was really, I think it's something that we don't address often enough, which is our relationship with our bodies. It can be both overwhelming at times. I feel a level of gratitude, um, depending on the day, after having spent most of my lifetime in self hatred, most of my lifetime feeling like, um, hi, Sandra, most of my lifetime feeling like I was like beating myself up always for being in a body that I couldn't control, that I wanted to so badly. And I didn't even know I had lipedema. All I knew was that I didn't have the kind of control I wanted. I was over 300 pounds at my heaviest. And I got back up there when I got so sick a couple of years ago. Uh, oh, Sue said that Sue, just send me an email and ask me for what you're looking for. The replay will be out, but if you want, I'm happy to give you the names of the specialists. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Jenny said thank you for a great webinar. Yeah, it sort of just emerged out of the conversations that Dr. Carmody and Siobhan and I were having as we were discussing, different publications, the book, the chapters in the book, and what we're all doing, and like that. And it was one that just took hold because ultimately it's our relationship with our bodies that can guide and direct us, even when they're challenging, and they are challenging. And there is a kind of, yeah, I can say it, surrender. I feel like that more than anything has been the learning for me, is to be able to surrender and to let go and be with what is. Though, oh my God. So when I got sick a couple of years ago and nothing I was doing was working. Now, this is on top of lipedema and lymphedema, and all of a sudden to end up with a broken lymphatic system and um, what they diagnosed as lymphatic obstruction. I had an occluded thoracic duct. The thoracic duct is the transport. It's sort of like the toilet line. It's where all the garbage goes and it gets cleaned out. And oh my God, just learning more and more about that, it forced me to not only learn about it, but to find a solution. And I did. I did find a solution because, this year so far, I've lost almost 50 pounds. And it was fluid weight. It wasn't even fat weight. Not hardly. I mean, some of it for sure had to be fat weight, but most of it was fluid weight. So this learning about the intricacies of our bodies, and and the other piece, and I feel like I need to say it, is self forgiveness. I think it's possibly one of the most important things is learning, you know, that kindness and gentleness and understanding. I mean, all these words that I'm so deeply connecting with now, when it used to be trying to control it all, trying to make it the way I wanted it. Hi, Claire. Oh, so that's a good question. So, what was the solution? It was, I, first of all, I had to learn and understand the lymphatic system because I had to learn what was going on in my own body for me to even begin the process of looking for what I needed. And so there are superficial lymphatics, which MLD does a great job with, and there are deep lymphatics, which very few on the planet even work with. And there are a couple of practitioners. One is in the UK. Hi, Anne Marie. Oh my God, Marilee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She says, I was praying for you the whole time you were sick. God answered and blessed you with doctors who knew what to do. That is the truth. Thank you, Marilee. It helped. All the prayers helped. Um, Dr. Perrin is in the UK and he understands the deep lymphatics because he has worked with chronic fatigue syndrome. It's called ME, and I don't know what the ME is, but it's a form of disease, chronic fatigue syndrome. And I did some work with him, and it helped. It helped to get things moving again. And I needed to see someone close by, but I needed someone with hands on because I needed to get my lymphatic system moving again because it wasn't. It was barely trinkle, a tinkle, barely a dribble. And so I'm reading. Clara says, I'm having to do physical therapy. I'm going to just put it up here. I'm having to do physical therapy twice a week with them massaging my legs and, of course, using the electroray boots that go up to the groin 2 hours a day to try and get my legs down so I can have my knee surgery October 3rd. Good. That's good. Oh, yeah. ME, myalgic encephalitis. Yep. And chronic fatigue syndrome. But then I found Dr. Perry Nicholson, who's here in the States. He's in New Jersey. And I just knew that he could help. is what it came down to. He does something called the Big Six, which is he teaches a way to open up the channels, the 6 channels, which are the main channels for the lymphatic flow, which was great as a exercise, but I needed some pretty heavy duty work. And so I started to go down to New Jersey to see him once a month, which is a 10-hour drive. So it's a long drive for an hour session, but I started about a year ago, and it took quite a number of times before it really kicked in. I could feel a difference every time I saw him because he started to work on my deeper lymphatics. But at one point, there was a cumulative um, result, and it sort of flipped over, like how they talk about the tipping point. There was one point at which my lymphatic flow was back. My lymph system was actually working again. Even though I'd had 2 surgeries, after the second surgery, they did a lymphovenous bypass right here on my neck, where they went in and they rerouted the thoracic duct from the subclavian vein to the main vein in the neck, and I forget. It's my brain fog is coming in. The main is called, it'll come to me, but whatever that main vein is, someone will put it in the chat, I know. Oh my God. Marilee says she's been going to the pool every day. That's what I'm trying to get to. Whoever did praying for me to get me better, like Marilee and anyone else, you can start praying. I'm looking to get transportation to the pool. So after they did the lymphovenous bypass, it was still like a trickle. Carotid artery. That's it. Yep. It was, so they rerouted it from the subclavian vein to the main artery here. Anyway, it just hit me. And just like, like we hang in and we are learning, and it's quite remarkable. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the pool has really helped Marilee, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get transportation. I'm looking for a car, but I have to go through some evaluation before I can drive again. So all my fingers crossed, everything. So it will all be exactly what it should be. And I'm trusting it. Okay. Thank you. That's it for today. It was a long 2-hour webinar, and I jumped on just to make sure I could say hello and catch you up, and have a wonderful week, and I will see you all soon. Oops, what was that? Okay. Have a blessed week.